Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video with Miss Holiday here at Holiday Time. We're going to be making another Easter craft, and it's going to be an Easter bunny cup. Now, I'm just going to be using these plastic cups here, but if you have takeaway coffee cups or anything that is like this that you're willing to glue onto, it's going to work perfect. So let's get to this. So for our bunnies today, we're going to be needing to make some ears. Now I will be attaching a document with a stencil outline for you to use if you would like to. Now I've just created my own here, more than welcome to do that as well. I'm just going to trace around it. I'm going to be doing 3 cups. Now these cups are going to be great for putting Easter eggs in. Maybe if you're going to do your very own at-home Easter egg hunt, that you could use these as your egg basket. I know, right? It'll be super cute. All right, so I'm just going to trace around these ears that I've already made. Now I've made my bunny with a lopsided ear, so he looks really cute. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be making the main ear. Now your ears also may change depending on what size cup you're going to be using. Different size cups mean different size ears. Now the other thing that we've got to draw, so I've got the outline, right? So there's my outline of ears. But with these, here they are. We're going to be gluing a different colour on the inside. How cute is that going to look? So what I'm going to do here is actually trace around these as well on these different sheets so that we can have different colours on different ears. So when you're now for this, I'm just using a cardstock. If you don't have cardstock, that's okay, normal paper will work fine. Obviously if you don't have any coloured paper, maybe just find a pattern. Yeah, I'll try and include something on there, but a bit of pattern paper, like a piece of paper with polka dots on it or something like that, and just colour that in. White ears with polka dots on the inside for these bits would look amazing. Alright, so there's the first one. And now for the next one. Alright, now I am using a pen, but if you have pencils, that will work perfectly as well. Now, the side that we're tracing on is actually going to be the back, so you won't see these lines on the front side of it. Once you've got it all traced, we're going to cut. Now, if you need help with scissors, definitely ask for it, okay? Because we don't want to hurt ourselves, and we need to make sure that we're only cutting the paper. If you're anywhere, you got to make sure that you hold your piece of paper up off the table and away from our clothes, because we don't want to accidentally cut our clothes, do we? No, that would not be good at all. Now some of these corners might be a little bit tricky. Oh, look at you go. Well done. You're doing some amazing cutting. Alright. Oh, we're getting there. Look at us go. You're all super clever. Are you enjoying your school holidays? You are? Is anyone bored yet? Oh no, bored already. Well, that's okay. These crafts are going to help out with that. Alright, pink ears. Alright, final piece on the pink sheet, and then we'll do, for me, then I'll do my yellow sheet. Now for all these bits and pieces I'm using in my crafts, most of them I'm getting just from the reject shop, Silly Sollies, Woolies, Big Dub. Pretty much everything can come from one of those shops there. If you're wanting to go to those craft shops, they are going to be that little bit more pricey, but definitely they're going to definitely have all of these items there in stock. Now obviously during this time, be smart about when we're going out to get our items for craft. Most of this though, we should all have some of it around the house. Now if you don't, especially with this one here, I'm going to give you a little alternative for one of the items. That's a great substitute if you've got everything else but this one item. Alright, I'm going to show you a great way to use household items in our crafts. Okay, all right, there's my yellow ears. Now for the insides, we're cutting the paper through, we're cutting, I'm cutting with you. You are all such great cutters, well done. Remember asking for help if you need it. Okay, there we go. So now I've got all my bits and pieces, all my ears cut out. Look at that. I've got pink, I've got yellow, and I've got blue ears. I'm going to turn them all over, and I've got the blue ears. And I've got all of these bits here. So I'm actually going to go, I'm going to put my yellow and orange together. My yellow and blue. Oh, that looks awesome. And no, I can't do that. I'm going to put alright, we're going to do this. We're going to do pink and blue, yellow and pink, and orange and yellow. Now, at the moment, they're just sitting there. So what do we have to do? What is it? Glue. That's right. We're going to glue them together. So, got my craft glue. Now remember, I've got butcher's paper down for mine. Okay, you might have some other paper. Maybe for this you want to get an old ice cream container lid. They always work great. If you've got an actual painter's palette, even better. So on the back side of the image. Now if you don't have craft glue for the ears, that's okay. Your stick glue or anything like that will work perfectly for this job as well. Alright, so once I've put a bit of glue on there, just going to make sure it's in the middle and stick that ear on. Look at that. Amazing. Alright, well, let's put some glue onto this one. Okay. Alright, we'll let the pink ears dry. Now let's stick the orange onto yellow. Okay. So that one on there. Beautiful. Alright, next one. You are all so clever and so creative and crafty. Look at you go. Oh no, I'm running out of glue. That's okay. Just put a little bit more down. Now we don't want to waste our supplies, do we? So we only put out as much as we need. Now, good thing I'm going to be needing some more glue later on. So if you've put out too much, that's okay. We are going to use it later. Alrighty. So, now my ears are stuck on. I'm going to let them dry. Make sure they're sticking down. So maybe give them a press. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to set them to the side while they dry. Now, what do bunnies have on their nose? And with their nose, they go and they twitch it, don't they? And there's little whiskers. So cats have whiskers and so do bunny rabbits. So for our bunny rabbits today, for our whiskers, I'm going to be using pipe cleaners. Now, if you don't have any pipe cleaners, that's okay. This is one of those great substitutes I was talking about. Have you got spaghetti? Uncooked pasta spaghetti. So simple. You can paint it black. I've got some black paint here. And then you break it off into your sizes. And uncooked spaghetti is a great substitute in craft for anything we're doing, all right? See? Just broke some, so we can paint that black, stick it on, and that can be our whiskers. All right, so but I'm going to cut up some of my pipe cleaners here. Now I'm making 3 bunnies, so I need 3 pipe cleaners. I'm going to go with 2 yellow, 1 pink. Now most bunnies will have 6 whiskers, but I'm just going to cut my pipe cleaner into 3 sections, and we'll see why very shortly. Now, if you want to make sure they're even, you fold. All right, you fold it into sections that like so. So this one's folded into 3, and then I'll just go through the loop and cut, and through the loop and cut. All right, there's 2 there, and for our last one, exact same thing. All right, now I find pipe cleaners are a great item to use just because they've got that flexibility and the bendiness, and the wire is going to make it a lot easier to glue it to our items. Now, I'm using, like I said, these cups here. For our eyes, I've got my little collection here of googly eyes. Who doesn't love a good googly eye? Look there, jiggle, 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 jiggle. So I need 2 of those. Now my little tower here, I've got really big ones at the top, I've got medium ones in the middle, and little ones at the bottom, and then all my coloured eyes at the very, very bottom. So these towers are great if you want to sort anything and separate it, so you can keep it nice and neat. Make it easy to find items next time round. Now, for our twitchy little nose, I'm going to use Pom Poms. Now, this packet here has a whole big variety of sizes, okay? For our nose, I'm just going to get one of these little ones from the bottom out. But they also have a tail, don't they? So, one of these bigger Pom Poms would be going to be perfect for a little tail for our bunnies. Now I'm going to do blue, a yellow, and a pink. I'm going to match my noses to their ears. So pink, blue, and yellow. And then whatever you're not using, let's put it away so it doesn't get dirty. And keep it clean for our next project. Okie dokies. Alright. So let's get my glue. Alright, so on the whatever side, it's going to be the front, okay? And I'm just going to put 2 dots of glue like so. Now the great thing about craft glue is it does dry clear. And I'm going to stick one eye on there. And another eye on there. Look at it, googly eyes. Very cute. Okay, I'm going to give this one yellow whiskers. Alright, so for this, I'm just going to put a nice little strip. Nice thick strip of glue there, and I'm just going to lay each one across. Now once this dries, we're going to be able to bend these pipe cleaners to be whiskers any way we want. Now, like I said, we're going to need a decent amount of glue for these just because pipe cleaners do suck up that glue, alright? Ooh. So it is going to need to sit and dry for a little bit. Probably not upright. They are going to dry better on a paper cup than a plastic cup like I'm using. But that's okay. I'm just going to get my little got masking tape here. Okay. And I'm just going to put some more glue so it holds. Alright, so I got my pipe cleaners on. Yeah. Paper cups are definitely going to be a bit easier for you. But by putting this strip of masking tape, it's going to hold my pipe cleaners on there until they're nice and dry. Alright, that's something you can try. Now while that one dries, okay, so I got my paintbrush, got my black paint, I've got my painting paper down, and I'm wearing clothes that can get dirty when I'm painting, because remember, we don't want to wreck our clothes, especially when we're painting spaghetti, because it does get a little bit messy, especially on our fingers. So we've got to make sure we've got a surface we can paint onto without wrecking anything. Now remember, when we're painting something, it's going to need time to dry. So you're going to need to put it off to the side somewhere. So having it on a piece of paper that you can move without touching the spaghetti might be a great idea. Okay, so like a single A4 piece of paper, always a great substitute for anything. Stick it on there. It's going to avoid those fingerprints on it, and let that spaghetti dry. It's not going to take long to dry at all, especially on these lovely hot days we're having here in Queensland. But I'm just going to put that off to the side so it can dry. Look at that. It's going to give me a beautiful black set of whiskers. But on my next 2 cups, I'm just going to glue some more googly eyes on. I'm going to do one with really big eyes and one with really little. Now, if you don't have any googly eyes at home, that's okay as well. You can just use cut out bit of paper. Circles of paper will do the exact same job. And you could draw, maybe you could draw your own eyes. If you're really clever at drawing, maybe you could draw your very own eyes. Alright, so there's my first big googly eye. Now remember, every time you glue something onto a cup, it's going to need to dry. And depending what glue you're using, means something might dry really, really, really fast. And something might dry a little bit slower. And that's okay, we just got to be patient. Alright, look at him. Ooh. And this is a time when you could check your ears. How are they going? Mine are looking great. How are yours looking? They look incredible. Well done. Okay, glue my last set of eyes on. Now remember, if you don't have a cup or anything like that, maybe you could just use an old jar. If you've got some old jars at home that you don't really need anymore, that would be a great idea as well. Alrighty, so while these eyes are drying on these other two cups, let's go see how our first cup's doing. Oh, he's getting there, but he's going to need a little bit more time, and that's okay. You could always glue them on, tape them, and come back later. Again, afternoon tea or morning tea or lunch, it's a great opportunity. Let's go do that and come back once it's all dry. Okay, so all our noses, all our whiskers and eyes are on and they're all drying nicely. But if yours are anything like mine, my ears are now dry. Look at my ears. So I'm going to glue them on to the back of my bunny. Alright, so to do that, we're going to get this lovely big base section here and coat it with glue. Alright, so mine's nice and covered with glue. Is yours looking like mine? Well done. Making sure that your eyes are to the front so that your ears go to the back. I'm just going to hold these on a little bit. Again, if yours is having trouble sticking, a little bit of of masking tape. Now masking tape's great because it doesn't, for the adults, it doesn't adhere as much, easier to peel off. But the other thing, for this one, I'm going to put a yellow tail. So I'm getting my lovely big Pom Pom. I'm just going to put a nice big squirt. Oops, losing a lot of it. There we go. And I'm just going to stick that on there. Now while everything else is drying, that one can too. So I'm just going to sit it off to the side and grab my next bunny. I'm going to give him blue ears. Spread that glue out. Whoop. This one here definitely needs some extra help. Oh no. It's a little bit windy where I am. Might be a good idea to do these ones inside. Or in an outside space where wind can't really get to you. Alright. Well, they're drying nicely. Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to leave that one for a little bit. Let him dry a bit as well. And I'm going to do my last one. Alright, and he's going to have pink ears. Again, what's your favourite colour? Mine's blue, but I really do like purple and pink and red and green. You know, I just love rainbows. How pretty are rainbows? So many colour options. Put my ears on here straight away with their bit of help. Now if you are using those paper cups, these are all probably going to go on a lot easier than with plastic. Plastic being a bit slipperier, but plastic's what I had, so plastic's what I'm using. If you have paper cups, awesome. You're probably going to have a much easier time than I'm having at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to leave these to dry. We'll check back in very soon. Okay, so it's been a while now. I allowed these guys to dry. They're looking very cute. I'm going to put those finishing touches on. All it is, I'm going to get our glue again. Put it onto the whiskers. Might help though if we just get doing a yellow nose on this one. I'm just going to dip my Pom Pom into my glue and stick it on. So I'm using my little one. Oh, there's a bit of a breeze. I'm using that little one for the nose and the big one for the tail. Alrighty. This little fella's going to get pink. Oh, there's definitely a breeze. Just sticking him on there. Now, final one. Oops. And there you have it. Little bunny cups. Perfect for putting those Easter eggs into, for the Easter egg hunt. Maybe some Easter biscuits that we're going to make maybe a bit later, you never know. Great for putting those in and doling out those portions on Easter. Nice and easy. Takes a bit of time, but that's just letting the glue dry. But it also does depend on what cups you're using. So for me, using these plastic cups took a bit of time to let it dry. But if you're using those paper cups, it's going to have a much quicker turnaround. But yeah, thanks for joining us, me and my little friends, for our second craft. Happy Easter. Oh, he lost his nose. We'll fix that.